with the gang again. I think Gadreel, there was
I think it'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, there was a lot left to be done. I've said this before, but I always think there was so much more opportunity for, you know, the angel thing. Like, Misha and I had a lot of, there was some comedic gold waiting there with us. They only touched on it in like one episode, and I was like, ooh, there's a lot of potential here. It would have been really good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. So I was going to ask how being on Supernatural has impacted your life.
That's a good question. Well, I think, you know, this is a tough business, being an actor. When you're consistently employed, it can be an amazing thing, but it's also very easy for you to forget how gracious you should be that you're working. You know, when you're working and you're consistent and everything's happening, you'll find other things to be upset about. I had the blessing of the first 7 years of my career going from series to series to series. I was on 3 television series in a row, and it was amazing. And then I had dry spells, and there's a lot of dark places you can go to in this business, man. When you have a ton of success, and then things don't go your way, and you get close on big project after big project, and it doesn't work out. And you can get to negative places. Any actor will tell you that. You can get to dark places, even if you do have huge success. I mean, you know, I know Jared's spoken at that about that at length. You know, you can have all the success in the world, but that doesn't matter. But mental, you know, issues, mental health is a major issue for all people, and I like the stage that we're at now, 2019, where it's okay to talk about it, and it's being encouraged more, because we need to be vocal about it. We need to reach out to those we know who are struggling and communicate. It's, you know, the attitude of sucking it up and just trying to deal with it is very passe, and it's not conducive to mental health, and it's really dangerous, actually. So I don't know how to segue in that way, but I'll tell you, these guys, you know, when I started working with them again, it reminded me, even when I go to work, I'd be, you know, very serious. And I remember I was dealing with a few serious family issues when I first started working with the guys. And yeah, there'd been some tough losses, some things that had happened when I started working with them, and just again the levity on set. The humor, the boys always being so present, being like, you know what, right now, right here, we're working. In between, we're gonna crack jokes, we're gonna have fun, and then we're gonna do our scenes, we're gonna drop in, and we're gonna work. And it just reminded me again, you know, how important it is to be as present as you can, present moment, and not live in the past, and to enjoy the things that you are doing, and be focused on it, and find gratitude where you can. And you know, as successful as those guys are, and many people are in the show, they have a ton of gratitude. And that's a life lesson that we all have to remember. Just find gratitude in the smallest things every day. It's the only way. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
Hi. I was wondering what it was like for you as an actor to have to play somebody who was posing as somebody else with like a completely different agenda.
See, the thing is, when I first started, they didn't give me a ton of information. Actually, I think when I first started, I didn't quite know that I knew that I was going to be Ezekiel. But the whole Gadreel thing was kind of shared with me after the fact, like after I started. So I was kind of making choices on the fly too, right? Like I've told the story many times, but I didn't realize that Jared had the opportunity to play Ezekiel or Gadreel before me. And I was on set one of my first days, and I was about to do a scene. And I made specific choices about how I was going to hold myself and move, even cadence in the way I spoke. And the director, right before we started, was like, hey, do you want to see what Jared's done? And I was like, what Jared's done with what? Playing Gadreel, playing me. And I'm like, what do you mean? What? What? He's already played it? I thought I was. what? Yes, I want to see it. He's like, okay, we only have like 5 minutes. I'm like, hey, please, yes, show it to me. And luckily, what he did was it was cool. I love the stuff. It was subtle, but it was a very specific choice. You know, his physicality, the way he moved and stuff. It was angelic, almost superhero-like. And I thought that was a cool choice. And it was along the lines of what I've done, or was choosing to do, planning to do. So yeah, I went with that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was just wondering, if you had a time machine, what specific time would you want to go to and why?
Oh, what a fantastic question. Can I put that on you real quick? Let me turn that around on you. Is there a certain era or a time that you'd like to go back to? And then I'll answer. You're not sure? You can come back to me with that one later on. I think the 30s would be a really incredible time to have been alive. I think the 30s would have been amazing. I think it would have been incredible to sit down with Shakespeare and have a conversation with him. Love to sit down with Winston Churchill. Maybe Quanah Parker, too. Yeah. There's many different eras that I think if I could time travel, it would be incredible to see. Yeah. Yes. I'm just thinking about a book I read recently. I think as crazy and dangerous as it would have been, I would like to have been, if I could time travel, I'd like to go back and meet my grandparents when they were young, my British grandparents. They were trying to survive the Second World War. They were fighting in the Second World War. It'd be really interesting to see that. I'm constantly amazed at the mettle and the constitution of people in that time. It's insane that they survived what they did, and they were babies. My grandfather lied about his age at 17 and joined the RAF and was a flight sergeant by 19. You know, they had a 7 in 10 chance of dying every time they went up. Those odds are just incredible. I mean, the bravery of these people, just astounding. So yeah, I think I answered. You think on it too, because when I see you later, I'm going to ask you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Bessie, and my question is, as you know, Jared's been hurt on set several times. Have there been any shows that you've been on where you've gotten hurt, or it's been close, and could you explain it?
Has he been hurt recently?
Not recently, but
Okay, I'm
getting
just
hurt all the time.
So clumsy. Too late. I've been hurt. Yes, unfortunately. Pardon me?
Can you elaborate on that a little?
I got seriously burned. A lot of people don't realize that. I was the lead in a show called River World, and 3 days before we were done, I was the lead, so I was in 90% of the scenes, and it was a 4-hour miniseries. We shot for 3 months straight, so I was working a ton, and we had a lot of action scenes coming up, and I was doing a scene where I was being tortured by Alan Cummings. Waterboarded, which he basically did to me. So I was like taking in too much water and vomiting. It was already a very difficult scene, but I had my shirt off. Waterboarding and torture, I had my shirt off. Everyone's like, easy, come on. I appreciate it, though, really. Someone messed up. Basically, I finished the scene. I was in pain because I literally was vomiting and like choking on water. Like I got right into the scene, and then I got off, and I just felt weird. I felt lightheaded. I felt different than I should have felt because of the scene. And I remember the makeup artist we went into the makeup trailer, and she was looking at my skin. She goes, "Your skin just looks weird, odd." By the time I got to my trailer, I put on my shirt because it was a long day and I think I was going to take a break. And I looked at my skin and it was like purple. And I realized that I'd been burnt severely burned. Like you know, if you like pass out in the sun in Mexico for 8 hours, that kind of burn. Maybe worse. Like it was a severe burn. And unfortunately, it burned the shit out of my eye too. Like I had one eye facing those lights, and my eye was all messed up too.
Oh, from the water.
So we started trying to investigate. I sent the director, called First AD, and I'm like, what's going on? So we talked to the DOP. We realized that somehow they had ordered the wrong lights. They had ordered lights without a filter on them. They were basically like lights that you would use for like, you know, well, yeah, sometimes growing, you know, crops or things like that. So I cooked purple, and I had 3 days of very long days, ambitious days left of shooting. And I decided not to tell my manager because I had shot for 3 months straight, and it was a physical task for me. I enjoyed the whole experience, it was fantastic. But I was like, there's no way that I'm not, like we're gonna shut down production. I just don't want to do that. I can suck this up, we can do it. The unfortunate thing is, I'm gonna get a little detailed here, but my flesh is like, I was doing fight scenes with the stunt people, because I do my fight scenes, and like, they kick me in the belly, and my skin would just come right off. And there'd be raw, exposed skin underneath, and they put this big plastic skin on there to try and keep me from infection or what have you, and then it would just peel off again, 2 weeks. We were doing fight scenes, and it was like 17-hour days. That last day of filming that I had was one of the toughest things I've ever been through. It was very difficult, but I wanted to get it done. I had a planned vacation with a bunch of friends of mine, and I wasn't gonna compromise it. Even though I had second-degree burns, my skin was peeling off, and I was partially blind in my left eye. I was going on this vacation. Nobody was taking that vacation from me. You want to talk about best friends too, Mike? Does anybody know my friend Alex Penikett? He's been on the show numerous times. Al's such a sick prick. And he was on set, and when my skin would come off, the medic would try and like, she kept offering things she could do, and she's like, do you want me to spray it with that, you know, that antiseptic spray? And I had a chunk of skin like just exposed right here, so she sprayed me. I squealed kind of like a, I don't know what. It was weird. I shrieked like, it was so loud because it was the worst scream. I'd been like flesh peeling off, but I'm good, I'm good. She was disgusting, and I'd suck it all up. And that spray, that made a small child out of me. And Al was just crying. He watched it happen. He was like, as the lady was like spraying, he was like down like this. And then he watched me squeal, and he was just laughing. I sick bastard. So yeah, I've been hurt.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi. To go back to what you were just talking about.
Me with my shirt off, or?
Yes. After something like that, is it difficult to put yourself all into the role and trusting the co-stars around you and the crew?
That's a good question. It was no fault of my co-stars in any way. Unfortunately, it was the DOP, and it was that department. And I hate to put blame in that way specifically, but it was. They messed up, and I got burned. A lot of people normally would have sued for something like that. I don't know what kind of long-term damage I got from that. There was definitely damage. I'm not sure that my left eye's ever been. I'm pretty sure. I went to see an ophthalmologist after it happened, very briefly, and he goes, well, it looks like you were staring like into the sun for 8 hours or something. Because I can see some damage here. It was a quick test. I didn't do anything to back it up and check it again, but like, even getting a burn like that on your skin is terrible for you. It increases your odds of getting skin cancer and things like that. So there was a big cost that I paid. I didn't get anything for that except for a sorry, I'm so sorry that it happened. I can't believe it happened. I'm sorry someone messed up. I'm not dwelling on the past in any way, you guys brought it up. You know, I've kind of made peace with it, but talking about it actually makes me a little emotional. And thinking about how I wish I knew who kind of messed up on that. Yeah. Anyway, you know, it's a tough business. There's risks involved all the time, especially when you're doing stunts. You are putting your physical safety in people's hands, and that's part of the reason that, you know, there has to be a lot of communication, and when you've been doing it for a while, you need to ask questions. I think the stunt crews out there are incredible. I've worked with such amazing stunt people, stunt performers, who should have a category for the Oscars, by the way. Long overdue, give me a break. They're often unrecognized. That said, you need to be responsible for your own stuff too. You gotta be present, you can't be messing around on your phone. If you're about to do something dangerous, drop in, ask all the questions, find out what can go wrong, what can't go wrong. I just did alternate carpet, and I was doing all my stunts in that. There was some crazy wire work where I'm getting, you know, they were trying to get me not to do that. I'm like, no, I'm doing that. You know, I let Joel Kinnaman round kick me in the ribs about 26 times. But, you know, I can still do it physically. I want to do it. It hurts a little bit, but I kind of like that. Probably already ascertained that about my character. I like a little bit of pain. But it's dangerous. You can mess up. If you hit your head wrong, especially the back of your head, you're going to get knocked the hell out or worse. Or your teeth are going to come out. There's always things that can go wrong, but if you're responsible for it, and you pay attention, you ask questions, you communicate with everybody, then you're part of it. You make it safer, and it makes everyone look good in the end. You got to play your role. You can't be sort of passive.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
I wanted to know what's the funniest or craziest experience that you've had on the set of Supernatural?
The funniest or the craziest, huh? Been a crazy one. I think my second day of working with the boys, I was doing a very emotional scene with Jared and Jensen. And I was milking a dramatic beat. And Jared decided that that was a perfect time to... And I tried to hold it together. I was in a great place. I was doing good work. You ruined that tape. That was a good tape. I'm gonna get payback someday. But Jensen, being very useless. I just remember he started breaking down more and trying to do his look. And then he finally broke too, because I think Jared backed it up with another one. So that was after that scene. We had to do a little reset. He loves to have fun, doesn't he?
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. I was wondering what your favorite genre to film is and why.
I don't know if I have a particular favorite, but you know, I grew up loving sci-fi as a kid. As many of my generation and any generation since, I was a big Star Wars kid. It was everything when I was a kid. Does anybody follow me on Twitter? If you don't, I just tweeted this new startup, and there's a legit speed racer type vehicle being built right now, and it looks amazing. I will sell my home and my family in a no-bedroom apartment to buy one of those. I'm so excited about it. I hope it's reality, and I hope they're not messing with me, because I feel like a fool. Anyway, it is incredible. You should check it out. I think I tweeted it yesterday. I love sci-fi. I really do. It's incredible. It's been so good to me. I've done the majority of my work in that genre, but I like it all. Ultimately, it just comes down to humanity and stories. It doesn't matter which universe it's in. I love acting. I love acting. I definitely want to do more comedy. Unfortunately, the industry doesn't really give me the auditions for that too much. They don't see me that way, unfortunately, but I'm hoping more of those doors open up, or else I'm just going to have to start writing my own stuff. Thank you.
Hello.
Hey.
How do you feel a conversation between Gadreel and Kevin would go if you bumped into them in heaven?
I don't think there'd be a conversation again. If Gadreel ran into him again, he'd probably just do him in again real quick.
I don't think he'd buy him a beer or anything like
Yeah, maybe it would. Listen, the arc that Gadreel had from beginning to end, he, you know, I was just talking about this earlier on. He very much was a soldier, right? He had PTSD. He was messed up. He was not completely stable. He was used to doing as he was told, serving God, and when that was taken away from him, and his honor and his dignity was taken away, and that was put in doubt, and he was tortured for a very long time. He went a little crazy. So when he came back, he was really trying to redeem himself the only way he knew how, which is to do as he was told. And unfortunately, that resulted in Kevin dying. You're so mad at me about that? I, Tahmoh Penikett, did not do that. No choice in the writing. I hope you've forgiven me by now. It's been years. Yeah, I mean, okay, listen. Gadreel now, he might try and make up for it. And if he runs into him, then, you know, Kevin's alive and he's doing okay, so everything's okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sound, I'm a sound engineer, and you know, leading up to my very few short questions, I love your voice.
Thank you.
I love your cadence. I love the way you speak. So my two questions are: is your love for martial arts like kind of a reason why you talk so? You know? Secondly, have you ever done any voice acting specifically?
I've done a little bit. I did Robot Chicken. Yeah, did you not know I did that? No. Look me up, man. I played like Troy Hammerschmidt. I played a bunch of different characters. That's me. Yeah, and I did, oh man, I'm gonna forget the name right now, but I did a Wicked project. It's kind of an animated DC reimagined, what was the title? Somebody look it up on their phone right now. Help me out here. Pardon me? That was awesome. That was a legit voice game. Some significant, notable actors working on that also. That was a lot of fun. I'd love to do more, man. I'd love to do more. Yeah. And you had a second one. You had a second question, didn't you?
Have you specifically worked on your voice? All right, so looking in the mirror, just this is my new voice. You're
No, man. No, I just like the way I sound. Hey, good on you, man. I love your. You guys are geniuses at what you do. I have a lot of respect for your industry. Over here. Left, right? Right.
Yep. If you could play any character of any time, who would it be and why?
Any character at any time. You got any ideas?
Nope.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, you know what? I just spoke on this morning, actually. Who's read the Jack Reacher books? Yeah, so I heard an amazing interview with Lee Child, like an hour-long interview, and he talked very much about how I think they're planning on doing a television series on the novels. And he very much wants the character to be cast physically the way he's written. So the guy's supposed to be 6'4", and a big dude, very muscular. I could throw on muscle weight very easily. I'm not a small person, but I think this guy's supposed to be like 240 pounds. I have yet to read the books, but I'm a huge reader and a big reader of that genre, like crime, sort of fiction, detective type novels. I've always loved that stuff. I grew up with like Robert Parker and Ezekiel Rollins, things like that. I love those books. So I'd be interested in that role. I want to read for it for sure. And I'm going to start reading those books right away, actually. I think I've had a number of people reach out and say, you'd be perfect for this role, you should check it out, you should read for it. I don't think they're casting it, but I'd be interested in that. I think Tom Cruise is, a lot of people were upset with his casting because he's not so tall. He's not 6'4", 240 pounds. Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
I hope you get that. I'll be looking for it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. My question is, as a lot of new actors on TV shows get pranked by people who've been there longer, have you ever been pranked on a TV set other than Supernatural?
I kind of heard the last bit. Have I ever been pranked?
On a show other than Supernatural?
I always get asked this, and I always have a terrible answer because I'm usually doing the pranks. No, it's okay. I joke around a lot on set too when I have the opportunity, but I don't think I've been pranked to that. I'll take a little thing that, again, another Alex Ponovic story. I remember we were working on the same gig once, and yeah, he has this thing, if we're ever doing the same show, he'll go and put his name on my trailer. He's done that to me a few times. There hasn't been any really bad pranks. Somebody did something to me recently in a take. Oh, you know what? Again, another Alex Ponovic story. We were doing a video game and we were wearing those it's motion capture. Have you guys seen the suits that we have to wear? Yeah, full spandex and we're wearing weird tennis balls on our head. It's very odd. Anyway, we did a take and I'm supposed to be, I've been tasered or something. He tasers me and I'm supposed to just lay on the ground and not be affected, but he went out and I knew we were in a take and he was jabbing around on my ribs, trying to get me to react. And I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't give him that satisfaction. And so he started cracking up, so I know that, he was playing a prank on me and he had already told the director this. And that was their little joke on me. And so Alex was walking away laughing and I grabbed one of these Velcro pieces that I had on me and I hucked it at him and his private parts. And it stuck. So my brain talk is, everyone was laughing at mine a lot more than he was saying that. I legit got it too, that was good. I laughed. Thank you.
Hey.
Hi.
So I've been a huge fan of yours since Dollhouse.
Thank you, man.
I was very curious if you have any interesting stories as far as filming the set, how your thoughts on the fact that it was only 2 seasons, if you have any cool stories.
Yeah, well, not to dwell on the negative aspect, I mean, there was a lot of hype about the show going in, right? Joss Whedon was going to be doing a series again with Fox. Man's a genius. He hadn't done anything in TV for a while, so, the hype was insane, my friend. You were it started off with, you were going to open for 24, which was the biggest show at the time. Within a couple-month period, it went, and we shot the pilot in that time. It went from, you're going to open for 24 to, not sure when you're going to open, not sure what day or slot we put in. Then we're going to reshoot the pilot. Actually, we're going to put you in the Friday night death slot at 9 o'clock. Things went from, this is the biggest hype show, and everyone was so excited, the press was all over it, to things are looking really bad, and they're reshooting the pilot. So it was such a trip for me, man, because I was coming off of Battlestar Galactica. The critical acclaim of that show was incredible, and the work I'd done in it, the experience I had was so amazing. I couldn't wait. When Joss Whedon called and wanted to have a conversation with me about his new show, and this character that he wanted me to play, I was just like, you know what? The universe is an amazing thing. I'm in a great place in my life, and man, I'm so blessed. This is incredible. And we shot an amazing pilot, but the network decided they wanted to chop it up and do different things. And you can't do that to Joss Whedon's stuff. He's a genius. Don't mess with it at all. You can't touch it. Why would you dare? There's some executives who are probably just fresh out of university. They're like, Joss, I think you should put an explosion on me. You just don't mess with Joss Whedon's stuff. And it was really unfortunate, because that show had so much potential, and it should have gone more than 2 years. That said, what they did with it, what Joss and his writing staff, all those amazing writers, Jane Epstein, all of them, Marissa Tancheron and Jed, they all came together and they did some incredible things regardless. And there were some episodes that were just fantastic television, and they'll stand the test of time. I really hoped and thought we might get a 3rd season, but it didn't work out. I'll never forget the day on set when Joss broke the news the second season, that was going to be it, that we were going to finish our last 6. We were filming a big scene with a bunch of us, Olivia and Harry, and there was a bunch of us in the scene, and I could just tell something was on Joss's mind. And so in between takes or whatever, I said, "Are you okay? Like, what's going on?" Like, I thought maybe something was happening with his personal life, his family or something. And he goes, "I'm going to talk to you in a bit." And I go, "You're going to talk to me in a bit?" And I'm like, "Oh God, I'm getting fired." He's like, "No, I'll take it." And I'm like, so right away I was like, "Oh, whatever this is, it's not good. I hope I'm not dying." The selfish way I made it about me. And then he came and he let us know. That said, those next 6 episodes, we made a point of, and I kept reminding the younger actors on the show who didn't have a lot of experience, and it was their first big series, let's make the most out of every single minute. Like, just have a blast. This is a blessing. We've got 6 episodes left. They could come in and just pull the plug. But we've got 6 to go, so let's make it the best we can do and just have an incredible time. And we did. I think you can tell in these last 6 episodes too. Everyone's having a blast. It's bittersweet. We were having fun. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you so much. I love having this man.